Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've picked up this new foam cannon. It's actually from MJJC. It's a foam cannon S version 3. I've picked it up because it's supposed to be one of the best on the market. They say it's got improved foam technology, a better spray pattern, and just in general, overall a better construction. So today we're going to unbox this and review it. But specifically, the cars are pretty dirty, so it's going to be a good test. And what the plan is, we're going to do a side-by-side comparison to the Meguiar foam cannon, and we're actually going to use two different types of foam. So we'll use the Meguiar Gold Class foam, and we'll use the CT18 Super Foam in both of these, so you get 4 different comparisons, and we'll see which combination is actually the winning combination. We're going to do all of this testing with a little Karcher high-pressure cleaner over there. So let's get into the unboxing and check this unit out from MJJC. So let's unbox this and see what's actually come in the box. So you can see we've got this little plastic tab here. Just peel that off there. You can see I've never undone this before. Alright, then we can fold that out just like that. And we've got the cannon hopefully in here. Got some instructions there. We'll just put those to one side. Got the tube, obviously. The actual container, the spray nozzle, which first impressions, it does actually feel like quite a sturdy, heavy unit. And we've obviously got another attachment. I'd say this here is actually our Karcher attachment, because if you look to my Meguiar snow cannon, that looks quite similar there. So that's obviously a attachment which they've supplied specifically for the Karcher pressure unit. And let's just open that up and see what we've got in there. So we've got a couple of O-rings, probably be required. Get the actual container out of the plastic bag there. You can feel it feels like quite a sturdy unit. And then let's have a look at these instructions here. Alright, so you can see here they clearly show a few steps, got a few different adapters. Obviously as I said, we've got the Karcher attachment, and then there's some additional accessories which I don't think I've got. So let's get this all assembled right now. So closer looking at what we have actually received, we actually did receive the 1.1mm nozzle that it talked about there on the accessory. It also says that the foam cannon comes pre-installed with the 1.25mm nozzle. That was actually in the packaging with the tube adapter. Now it talks about over the page here, to install the additional or accessory nozzle, you need to have a lower pressure, high pressure cleaner that's below 9 to 10 MPa. Mine's actually 11 MPa, so we'll leave the pre-installed one. But just to show you, it's really simple to remove this. You just use a flathead screwdriver in the foam nozzle there. Just undo that, and you can see that just comes out really easily. You see that falls out there just like that. Now to pop that back in, simply drop it in to the conical spot there. Get your flathead screwdriver and simply do that up. You can see that just threads in really easily there. And just do that up firm, just like that. Now you can also see that on the Karcher attachment, it's already got an O-ring on there, so the additional O-rings are just spares. So simply attach that Karcher attachment just like that. And then we need to put the tube on, so just push the tube onto the foam attachment. That goes on really easily, just like that. So the plan is, what we'll do is we will compare the two foam nozzle attachments, and we're going to start with the Meguiar Gold Class foam. So what we'll do is we'll mix up 100ml of the Meguiar Gold Class car wash with 900ml water. We'll mix that in a separate container, and then we'll tip half of the solution into each of these foam spray attachments. So we've got exactly the same ratio, and we'll be able to do a side-by-side comparison. So I've mixed up 100 ml of the Meguiar Gold Plus car wash with 900 ml water in this bottle here. So let's tip that into each of the receptacles. Now, I've only done this in a separate bottle, so we've got the exact same ratio of cleaning solution. You can see the Meguiar bottle actually has a smaller entrance, so it just makes putting fluid in actually just a little bit more difficult. So that's obviously a positive to the MJJC snow foam cannon straight away. Just having to be a little bit more careful here. And let's put a bit more in the MJJC. And let's put the nozzle attachments on straight away. So that's just got a 90-degree twist, so quicker to put that attachment on. You can also see actually on the tube, it's got that leaded weight on the bottom where the Meguiar doesn't have. It's got more of a firm tube and it's got the traditional screw on. So before we even start using these foam cannons today, we can see there's already actually 3 distinct advantages to the MJJC foam cannon. One, it's got a bigger opening to the bottle, which just makes it easier to fill the bottle with your cleaning solution. 2, it's got the 90-degree quick lock, which just once again makes it quicker to use. And thirdly, it's actually got that weight at the bottom of the tube. Now what that means is that when you rotate and use that bottle, it just doesn't matter what direction you're spraying. It's always going to get the last of the solution out of the bottle. So that's just brilliant. But anyway, the true test is in cleaning the cars with the pressure cleaner. So let's get into that now. Okay, so to start with, let's check out the MJJC S3 foam cannon. Now it's going to have a couple of adjustments. That's going to be the fan nozzle, and this one on the top is going to be how much fluid it pumps out. So let's just test those. Oh, so we can see the fan attachment. So we can see the fan attachment actually works really well there. And you can also rotate that. You saw me rotate that a little bit. I'll just show you again. So you can choose which orientation. Now, I don't believe you can do that on the Meguiar cannon. And we've got that turned up to the maximum amount of foam. So let's just turn around and try that on the car now. So we can see straight away that is a really thick covering of foam. Now, what we'll do on the other side of the car is we'll grab a Meguiar cleaner so we can actually see whether the Meguiar foam cannon is any different or not. So we've got our Meguiar foam cannon on the Karcher now. We'll turn the foam quantity up to the maximum. We'll put the spray pattern out to the maximum as well. As I said, you can't actually adjust the orientation on the Meguiar foam cannon, so that is actually another advantage to the MJJC. But let's spray it on the car and look at the difference. So to be honest, the actual foam on the vehicle, to me, actually looks similar. So we're really probably looking at the MJJC is simply winning because of the actual advantages in the construction at this stage. However, let's swap over to the CT18 foam spray and we'll put that onto the Audi and we'll see if we can see any difference in the actual foam onto the vehicle. So before I actually swap over to the Audi, what I've done is I've actually emptied the MJJC container with the Meguiar foam cleaner. Now, what I actually noticed is straight away I can actually put it to the horizontal spray and come up over the bonnet like this. I wasn't actually filming, but that is actually really useful, and you can actually see that we're actually getting really good coverage. So I think it's hard to tell, but I think the foam coverage and how it sits on the vehicle is actually better in the MJJC. Like I say, maybe it's really subjective. But look at this, I've gone around the complete vehicle and I've never had this with a foam cannon attachment before, but you can see because of that lead weight, it's actually emptied the container completely. So that's really useful as well. But let's get onto the Audi with the CT18 foam spray and see how the CT18 foam cleaner comes out. Okay, so with the CT18 Super Foam, let's start with the Meguiar Snow Foam Cannon. So straight away, having used both of their snow foam cannons, whilst this is now the CT18, you can just see that the snow foam is just appears to be slower coming out of the cannon. I had to do several passes there, where with the MJJC snow foam cannon, I was doing one pass before. But let's check out the CT18 snow foam fluid in the MJJC snow foam cannon. All right, so we've got the MJJC foam cannon with the CT18 Super Foam. Let's check it out. So look at that, first pass. I haven't even come back over it. Look at that foam on the car by comparison to the Meguiar snow foam cannon. Clearly the MJJC is actually superior, but let's do the whole car. And then this is what I really love, the ability to turn the pattern to the horizontal pattern. Just look at it as I come up over the bonnet. I mean, look at the performance of this foam cannon. So folks, we really do have a lot of advantages. We've got the bigger opening to the bottle, which just makes putting your solution in easier. The 90-degree off and on, which makes it really quick. We've got the lead at the bottom of the tube, which means we get every last drop of solution out. We can adjust the direction of the fan. Overall, it's just a solid construction. And at the end of the day, as they claim, I mean, just look at the bonnet here right now. That snow foam, with really minimal amount of passes, is just really thick and on the vehicle. So I think at this stage, my winner is actually the MJJC. So there you go, folks. That's my unbox and review of the MJJC snow foam cannon, where I actually did a side-by-side comparison to the Meguiar snow foam cannon. Now, as you can see, I've actually completely emptied the bottle of the MJJC snow foam cannon, so that's probably a pretty good indication that I actually prefer this MJJC snow foam cannon. But as you saw in the video, number one, it actually does apply the snow foam better. It's thicker and only requires one pass. I was a little bit not sure in the beginning, but when we swapped this to the CT18 cleaner, it was apparently obvious. But also, there's actually a number of other significant advantages. One, it's got a bigger opening on the bottle, so that just makes it easier to tip your cleaning solution into the bottle. Two, it's got the 90-degree twist connection rather than having to twist it all the way on. It's got the horizontal to vertical fan adjustment, which the Meguiar bottle simply doesn't have. And it's just overall probably a little bit sturdier construction. Finally, as you can see, it has that lead weight, which is on the bottom of the tube, and that just means you get every drop of fluid out of the MJJC snow foam cannon. So if you have liked this video and review, do hit that like button. Drop a comment down below as to what you think of this snow foam cannon. And in the future, if you're interested in similar videos like this, do subscribe to the channel. On the channel, you'll find servicing and repairs on a number of vehicles. We've got the Audi, got the Mercedes, the Mazda 3, the early Ford Falcon. We also do a bunch of DIY around the home. So if you're interested in any of that content, do subscribe to the channel. But until next time, have a good evening.